Karen Howard and Nia Long just came through with some serious revelations about Taraji P. Henson, and y'all, it is a mess. I'm talking betrayal, fake friendships, backstabbing, and Hollywood politics, all rolled into one chaotic behind-the-scenes drama. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's break this all the way down. For years now, people have speculated about drama on the set of Empire, but nobody had the full picture. We knew there was tension. We heard whispers of conflict. And there were those rumors about Nia Long being difficult when she guest starred on the show. But what really happened? According to Karen Howard and some recent industry insiders, it wasn't Nia or Terrence Howard who stirred the pot. Nope, the drama allegedly started with Taraji P. Henson herself. Let's take it back to Empire, Season 3. Nia Long was brought on as a guest actress for just 6 episodes. That's it, 6 episodes. She wasn't trying to take over the show or become the main character. She was just there to do her job. But apparently, the minute she stepped on set, Taraji saw her as a threat. According to insiders, Taraji began acting cold toward Nia from the start. And instead of dealing with it directly, she allegedly started whispering in the ears of crew members and producers, painting Nia as unprofessional, rude, and a nightmare to work with. It wasn't long before that narrative spread. First, the story was that Nia was constantly late to set, that she would show up with an attitude, refuse to rehearse, and make everyone's job harder. But when you dig a little deeper, those complaints seem suspiciously coordinated. Word is, the production team even had to use a stand-in during rehearsals just so Terrence and Taraji could practice their lines. Now ask yourself this: would they go to those lengths if it wasn't a targeted campaign? Sounds like somebody wanted Nia to look bad from the start. But it doesn't stop there. TMZ picked up on the drama and ran a story claiming that Taraji had finally had enough of Nia's behavior and decided to confront her. One incident in particular made headlines. Allegedly, Nia showed up late again, and someone on set made a joke about her being on Black People Time. Now, first of all, let's talk about how inappropriate that is. Nia, rightfully, went off. She was not about to sit there and let that slide. But instead of backing her up, Taraji reportedly jumped in with a sarcastic comment about Nia being on her period. Yep, that kind of joke. The kind that men use to invalidate women's emotions. And hearing that from another woman, from another Black woman, no less, that hit different. Naturally, Nia didn't find it funny. She felt disrespected, and things reportedly escalated from there. The tension became so thick that even hair and makeup staff got involved. They filed formal complaints against Nia, claiming she was difficult to style and constantly rejected their work. But again, was that Nia being picky, or was the crew already turned against her because of Taraji's influence? Because by this point, it sounds like the whole set was moving against Nia. Now here's where it gets really shady. When Nia wrapped her final episode, she didn't get the traditional send-off. Usually, when a guest star finishes filming, there's a celebration. The assistant director calls the crew together. There's applause, a little speech, maybe even a cake. But for Nia, crickets. No announcement, no applause, no recognition, just a quiet exit, and allegedly, that was by design. Word on the street is the producers skipped the celebration to keep Taraji happy. Nia was understandably upset. And according to sources, she told someone on the production team that she was considering legal action. Not just because of the cold shoulder, but because she believed that farewell was actually in her contract. Now here's the kicker. Through all of this, Terrence Howard was reportedly one of the only people on set who supported Nia. He saw what was happening and tried to defend her. But instead of creating peace, that put him in Taraji's crosshairs too. Taraji allegedly felt betrayed. After all, she's the one who fought to get Terrence cast as Lucius Leon. So in her eyes, he owed her. And when he stood by Nia, instead of blindly supporting her, she didn't take it well. That's when the feud between Taraji and Terrence started heating up. And remember those rumors from back in the day, the ones saying they couldn't stand each other? Turns out, those rumors were based in truth. Taraji tried to do some damage control. She posted a now-deleted Instagram video of her and Terrence joking around, pretending everything was fine. In the video, she teased him about being a diva and mentioned how she got in the job. The caption read, "Word on the street is Terrence and I don't get along. Like I would fight to work with someone I do not get along with? Don't be silly." Hashtags included things like hashtag stupid rumors and hashtag wasteding. But the timing? Highly suspicious. The video came out after stories about their feud started circulating again. She doubled down in interviews too. In her Bella NYC magazine cover story, she played coy and acted shocked when asked about the beef. Where did that rumor come from that Terrence and I are feuding? She said, I fought to have him on the show. We've known each other for 10 years. Why would I fight with someone I fought for? It sounded good on paper, but fans weren't convinced, because by now, the pattern was starting to show. Since Empire ended, Nia Long has allegedly gone out of her way to avoid Taraji. She's reportedly turned down projects just to make sure they wouldn't have to share a set again. And honestly, after everything she went through, can you blame her? Meanwhile, Terrence and Taraji did eventually reunite for a show called Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist. According to Terrence, the vibe was fine. He said it was good as usual. But behind the scenes, who knows? Online, people are definitely split, but many are siding with Nia. One fan said, when I hear difficult to work with, what I really hear is this woman has boundaries that make people uncomfortable. And that's real, because we've seen this narrative before. Women, especially Black women who stand up for themselves, get labeled as aggressive or hard to work with. And let's not forget Monique, who's been fighting this same battle for years. Another fan put it perfectly, stop trying to make us hate Nia. I love them both, but Taraji's energy just ain't sitting right with me. And that's the thing, you can support both women, but when a pattern of toxic behavior starts to emerge, it has to be addressed. And in this case, Taraji's history of conflicts with co-stars is starting to raise eyebrows. Now here's something to really think about. Taraji has recently spoken out about the lack of pay and respect Black actresses receive in Hollywood. She broke down in tears during interviews, talked about wanting to quit, and even called out the system for being exploitative. And while that conversation is important, it's also layered. Because now, people are asking, how can you demand fairness from the industry while allegedly creating such an unfair environment for the women around you? It's a tough question, but it's one that needs to be asked. Taraji is incredibly talented, there's no denying that. But talent doesn't excuse toxicity. If she was indeed behind the smear campaign against Nia Long, then accountability is long overdue. And if she truly wants to fight for change in the industry, that fight has to start with how she treats her peers. At the end of the day, this whole situation is a reminder that the entertainment industry is just like any other workplace, full of politics, power dynamics, and personal beefs. The only difference is when celebrities fall out, it ends up in the headlines. And those headlines don't just fade away. They linger, they build momentum, and they eventually start shaping public opinion. So, what can we learn from all this? First, that fame and influence don't make you immune to accountability. And second, that we as fans and viewers have a responsibility to look beyond the polished interviews and Instagram videos. Because at the end of the day, it's not about choosing sides. It's about acknowledging harm, recognizing patterns, and making space for growth. If someone's behavior has hurt others, they should be willing to own it and make amends. Period. Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but redemption only works if it's backed by reflection and real change. So if Taraji is truly ready to stand up for Black women in the industry, she has to make sure she's not tearing other Black women down in the process. That means apologizing if necessary, holding herself accountable, and being transparent about what went wrong. Now I'm turning it over to y'all. What do you think? Was Taraji really out here orchestrating all this drama behind the scenes? Was Nia treated unfairly? And did Terrence do the right thing by stepping in? Let's talk about it in the comments.